Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Hi, I'm Dorina, co-founder of Quo. You might know us as OpenPhone. My dad is a business owner, and growing up, he always kept his ringtone super loud so he'd never miss a customer call. That stuck with me. When we started Quo, our mission was to help businesses not just stay in touch, but make every customer feel valued, no matter when they might call. Quo gives your team business phone numbers to call and text on your phone or computer. Your calls, messages, and contacts live in one workspace, so your team can stay fully aligned and reply faster. And with our AI agent answering 24/7, you'll really never miss a customer. Over 90,000 businesses use Quo. Get 20% off at quo.com/business. That's quo.com/business. And we can port your existing numbers over for free. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
So we were staying in the same Airbnb in Melbourne, you
Yeah.
and I. You got there early.
It's our romantic holiday together.
It was like a romantic holiday, but it started so awkward for me. So I had to go to, because it was like a reception downstairs, right? It was like a service department block that we were in. And I had to say to this lady, hey, can you buzz me up to floor 22? Yeah. And this is where I went wrong, because I said, the girl is already in there.
The girl.
I didn't say my friend, which would have just removed all awkwardness. I just said, the girl that I'm staying with is already there, but, can you buzz me up because I can't get up on the lift?
With your wedding ring on.
And that's it. I saw her look at me, look at my ring, back at me, and then be like, okay. And just the judgment I had to deal with.
Yeah.
And then later that night, there was that other embarrassing moment in the lift. Do you want to tell that?
Well, we were in our swimming costumes.
Yeah. There was a rooftop pool.
Yeah.
And we came back down, and the lift stopped was the issue, isn't there? And like a few people who were dressed to go out came in and looked to you and I and thought maybe I was your toy boy. Which I didn't mind. Dissuade them, no,
I liked it.
By the way, we're just friends, we've got podcasts together.
It did feel quite funny.
We let it linger.
Yeah.
It
was a bit too close that weekend, wasn't it, Hamish?
You think so?
Yeah,
we've never really lived together before like that. Yeah.
It was a bit much. Because actually I found out you annoy me as much as my own mother.
Really?
Yeah.
See, and yet I found out you don't know me at all. And how does that make you feel?
Really awkward.
No, just kidding. You're a bloody nightmare.
Okay, yeah. Good. I'd prefer it that you thought that. It's a great place to start this episode, though. What about this, Haim? Family is supposed to be your safe haven, but sometimes it's a place where you feel the most cruelty.
Wow. Or when it comes to sobriety, the most judgment.
Yes, that's for sure. So today we want to talk a little bit about letting down the family. Families come in many weird and wonderful shapes and sizes. They're diverse, annoying, challenging, loving, judgmental, funny, and a complete and utter mess. But for some unknown reason, for most, their opinions of us matter.
Yeah, we want our grandparents to see us doing well, our parents to be proud, our siblings to think that we're our parents' favourite, and our children to think that we are their heroes. It's a lot. Even in that one sentence, you can feel the pressure. Expectation is coming from all angles, like arrows stabbing your self-esteem, and it can be hard to satisfy the needs of everyone, especially when you are sober.
Yes, it feels much easier to miss the family barbecue, to avoid your nan's 80th, and to pull a sickie for the Sunday lunch. That way you avoid sitting at the end of a table with a pint of orange juice and lemonade while everyone gets rat-assed or maggoted and you're called the party pooper.
Maggoted.
Maggoted is an Australian term that I learnt yesterday.
For being drunk?
Yeah, maggoted.
Okay, I like it.
I got maggot is what they say.
I got maggot, drinking piss.
Yeah, I got maggot.
I've added a few of my other favourites. Sozzled, blotto, pie-eyed, cock-eyed, loaded, pickled, smashed, hammered,
great.
Tanked, squiffed or tiddly.
Tanked and squiffed.
I think tiddly's my favourite. It's quite sweet. I just got a little bit tiddly last night.
Squiffy is very posh, isn't it? Very public school. Oh,
Yeah,
darling,
is it?
he's a bit squiffy.
Oh, the boys got squiffy yesterday before
Barbie
the
was
rugger.
squiffy, yes. And Thomas Mixton Smythe was very squiffy at the barbecue. So today we're going to try and work out how to approach family functions and gatherings without shouting "I hate you" like a disgruntled teen, therefore proving to everyone you are still immature.
Yeah.
Which of course we don't want to do that. And without feeling like you're disappointing everyone. Plus, we're going to teach you how to talk about your sobriety with pride without sounding like an evangelical preacher, resulting in everyone you love hating you anyway.
Yes, if we can help our listeners to avoid being hated by everyone they know, this might be just one of the most useful episodes we've ever done.
Yeah, I think so.
Well done, Vic.
Thank you. I think it might be too late for you, though, Hamish. Your mum sent me an email to say you didn't send a thank you card to Great Auntie Grace for her 90th, and now you've been cut out of the will. I'm in, though. I'm getting a Ming vase and that old Triumph in the shed. Just thought you should know.
Like my mum knows how to send an email. Nice try.
And like you have a Triumph in the shed. Yeah. Actually, Haim, are there any family heirlooms in store for you apart from the NatWest piggy banks?
Not really. I can't see me or my brother fighting over anything in the inheritance.
No.
Although he did already get my ping pong table. That was my birthday present. He's now got it.
Just because he's in England?
Just because he's in England and has a garden that can have a ping pong table.
That's annoying.
My parents have had white Volvos for all of our life.
That's
for
funny.
like over 30 years. We've gone
Reliable.
from one white Volvo to another.
Really? That
There's
is
no
so
interest
funny.
in cars.
Yeah.
Someone told them the Volvo's the safest one. They like white because every other car is grey or black.
Yeah.
White Volvo forever. People like that don't know, like the people who are getting picked up by my mum don't have to ever be like, what car? It's always a white Volvo. They know.
Is it because it was a good family car?
It reeks of family, wasn't it? White Volvo.
It just shows you how different our parents are. My mum, when I was at school, bought a Mazda, a white Mazda. So in the back, you could only just fit like one shopping bag. And me and my sister used to have to sit in the back of the Mazda and it had a really horrible smell. But it was a sports car. So my mum, because it was the 80s and she had big hair and those fluffy tracksuits, very 80s, you had to have a sports car with the flip-up lights like a Porsche.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so there was no thought about whether it was a family car or not.
My parents, in comparison, are buying cars purely off the size of the boot.
Yes,
They're like,
right.
oh, it's not quite as big as our last boot, and we can't drive up to Scotland with all the stuff in it. But yeah, I think I would quite like to inherit the white Volvo.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm going to inherit anything, I would like the white Volvo.
My mum was more about revving out of the Waitrose car park.
Yeah, that is so different to my mum.
So different.
What about you? Any inheritance for you?
I know my mum has some plastic Spice Girl dolls in
Right.
the loft, which she seems to think are worth some money, but I'm not so sure. My Fungus the Bogeyman books, which are hardback, my mum wouldn't let me have them as a child, even though they were my favourite books, because she worried that I was going to break them or something and they were going to be worth money one day. They are not. We've also got one of the first mobile phones, one that you strap onto your shoulder and
Still
carry
got
around.
it?
Yeah, I think that's
Why?
probably worth a bit of cash. Don't go and burgle my parents' house for these things because they're worth fuck all, quite honestly.
Yeah, we got the Bogeyman books and the first ever phone.
Yeah, the Bogeyman.
Phones are hard to throw away.
Yes.
Everyone has a drawer of old phones in the house.
And broken phones. Like we have drawers of old iPhones.
What for?
I don't know. And we keep the box. Do you keep the box?
Yeah.
The white box.
Always. Just all laptop boxes you can't
It's
throw
so
away.
weird. Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, there is a medieval table in our family.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah. I think it's off the back of a lorry, quite honestly.
Yeah, of course.
My mum's convinced me it's a medieval table. Anyway.
How many of those do you think you're already cut off from because you're now sober and you're now in the bad books from your parents? Actually, so much of your family is sober now, it might just all go straight to the tip.
Yeah, probably.
Like, your parents are like, what? I've got no sober kids. This is pointless.
I think I'm probably out of the will, quite honestly, Hamish,
Yeah.
for going sober. We did have to have a big meeting around the table at Christmas when my brother was here about the will and about what's going to happen to my parents when they die. Like what's going to happen to us and what's going to happen to money and what's going to happen to their house. Everyone else was very matter-of-fact about it, but I had to keep leaving the table because I was crying.
Really?
Yeah, it was
that's
awful.
Uncomfortable.
I don't want to talk about that stuff. It actually, the thought of losing my parents completely breaks my heart, of course. Yeah.
They are pretty healthy, though.
They're very healthy, yes. They're good, my mum and dad. When I'm talking about I'm scared of losing things, Hamish, I'm scared of losing the Spice Girl dolls from the loft.
That's it.
I don't want to lose them.
They are at risk.
They're at risk,
Yeah.
So let's find out about our parents first. Do they think we are strange, boring, dramatic, or amazing? How do your folks feel about your sobriety, Hamish? Your forced sobriety?
I think that they think I'm amazing. To be fair, they are my parents. They sort of have to. But honestly, they are thrilled that I'm sober. One less thing to worry about for them.
Okay, good.
Also, they have a few friends now who are struggling with alcohol, and they know that they can talk to me about it and that I can offer some sort of advice to help them
that's
unpack it.
nice.
Because
That's cool.
this is our job. Like, my mum said to me the other day, she's like, how do you know all this stuff? It's because I have to read this stuff every week and write episodes about it. So I think I can sort of be a sounding board for them when they don't know how to treat a friend who's struggling with addiction.
Yeah, so you've gone from knowing nothing all your life just to knowing one thing.
A little bit on one topic.
Yeah, well done.
So that's nice. But like I said, they were never really big drinkers. Although in hindsight, they actually probably have a glass of wine most nights, which is quite a lot. I've never seen either of them drunk, but they have this sort of generational, we'll have a glass at dinner. They never have the second glass, but they are probably having a glass every night. It wasn't really part of my family's culture. Like my grandparents were drinkers, but my parents aren't really. We weren't the ones with the big piss-ups or the rowdy Christmases or the stories
pig
like...
piss-ups?
The big piss-ups or the pig bis-ups.
Oh, is that a posh thing? It's like a ritual.
We get all the pigs drunk. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, my parents are pretty quiet, which now I sort of love them for.
Yeah.
There were times when I was like, I wish my parents drunk like all of my friends' parents drink, so that you can have the sort of tipsy conversations that you have after dinner.
Yeah.
Like I liked that you could talk about like sex, I guess,
Yes.
or smoking, or like drunken stories.
Yeah.
With that level of familiarity with my friends' parents, but that would never happen with my parents.
Yeah.
Like they got up and went to bed at 8:30, you know.
Yeah, which you realise now is probably a good thing.
Now it's kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But your mum listens to every episode of this podcast,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing that she loves your sobriety now. What was it like at first?
Well, it was very different. You've just reminded me there when I first met my in-laws, I thought they were the most boring people in the whole world because they didn't drink.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to your relationship with your family. I just thought, oh my God, what are these people? I don't understand them. They don't drink. Like, what the hell have we got in common? How are we ever going to have a relationship? But now my opinion of them, of course, has changed because I realise they were just at
They're
peace with
boring for other
themselves.
reasons.
Yeah. No, they were just at peace with themselves and they didn't have to prove anything to anybody. Like, it's quite badass, actually, that they are not big drinkers. So my opinion of them has completely changed.
For sure.
Sorry, Shirley.
Shirley's a great mother-in-law
Yeah,
name.
it's good, isn't it? I was very embarrassed to tell my parents at first.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't. As you know, I didn't tell anyone.
How did you tell them?
I'm going to tell you in a minute.
Please do.
I'm getting there, Hamish. I was really worried that I was going to be letting them down, which was my main thing. I told her, my mother, I didn't tell my dad at first, I sent her a blog post I'd written. Somebody reached out and said, will you write a blog about your drinking? I was like, oh, okay, then I'll write it down. I'd written my book already, but I'd never written a really short story about what I'd done and why. And I thought, I'm going to send this to my mum. This is going to be what tells her my story. And she phoned me up and making me cry thinking about it now. She phoned me up and she just said, I'm sorry. was her
Really?
response, was that I'm very sorry that I didn't know this was going on about you. She knew I had anxiety, but I don't think she really knew that it was caused by me over drinking and that I was doing something about it or anything. She didn't know anything about my relationship with booze. She just thought, well, she's a fun girl. We party when we see each other. There was no questions about it. I mean, my sister was obviously already sober by that point, but she just said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened and that I'm sorry that you...
That's a pretty good response.
It was
isn't it?
and I was absolutely floored by it, quite honestly. I thought she was just going to go, this is ridiculous. You've never had a problem. But she didn't say that
I'm
at
also
all.
surprised how many people write to their parents. I think I've got 3 separate friends of mine who are gay.
Yeah.
The way they told their parents to write a letter, give
Yeah.
it to them and then run away. But okay, it's easier to do it
sometimes,
that way.
it's like sending a text or something you feel uncomfortable about. I think sometimes just handing the information over and saying,
Rather
here
than
it
voicing
is,
it,
then
yeah.
voicing it, because you don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to stutter over what you want to say, and you don't want to get yourself in a situation where you say something wrong.
Yeah.
So it's a really good idea to do that, to write it down and go, here you are, sit with it.
Yeah,
Sit
yeah,
with
yeah.
it, go over it, read it a few times, and then we'll chat about it at a later time. We're going to get into that a bit later. I felt like me saying I'm sober was almost like saying they had done something wrong.
Right.
It was almost like passing the blame over. Something they did while they were raising me wasn't right.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the case at all. Like, maybe they shouldn't have drank as much in front of me, or perhaps made it such a big thing within our family, or taught me that there was another option. It would have been a good idea. But they didn't know that either. It's not like they were choosing to be that sort of influence over me. So there was no blame there. But I guess it was like holding a mirror up to their own drinking, but they don't seem to have much of a problem with my sobriety, quite honestly. I do feel bad talking about it all the time. I hope that they don't feel judged. Recently, my mum had a panic attack, which was really weird. She woke up in the middle of the night. She was really ill. She had influenza A and she couldn't breathe, and they had to call an ambulance. And the ambulance people told her that her lack of oxygen going into her throat had caused her to have an anxiety attack. I spoke to her the next day and she said, look, Vic, will I have another one? I felt like I was going to die. And I said, well, that's how I felt when I had a hangover. And so actually that gave us a little bit of more of a rapport. I said to her it won't happen to her again because it was the illness. It was her throat swelling up that had made her feel like anxiety, but it was alcohol with me and she probably wouldn't have another one. So that was a good other thing to bond over and going, look, imagine how that felt every day. So it's good to know that they know how I feel a little bit. I didn't talk to them about having therapy. I thought they'd think I was melodramatic, and they probably thought I was just a normal drinker. What's all the fuss about? But they never said anything. They just always said they were proud of my choices, and they could see the proof was in the pudding, Hamish. Yeah. They could see that I was a happier person without drinking. And at the end of the day, no matter what people's reaction is, if they see that you are happier, you can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never actually spoken about that being a good answer to why don't you drink. But like, I'm happier when I don't drink.
It's such
That's
a simple
pretty
answer.
good answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
I never thought about that one.
Yeah. Why would I drink? Because
there's no response to that.
There's no response.
Yeah.
I'm happier when I don't drink. It reminds me of the phrase when people think you're being melodramatic about it. I don't get it. You were never that bad.
Ah, yes. The old, you're just the same as everyone else. It's not like you're downing mouthwash for breakfast. Get a grip. You lightweight. You only live once. Saying. We get like that. We get jibes like that all the time. It's hard because the words of our family members can be so impactful. So let's have a little chat about how we actually feel when all the family are together for a dinner, perhaps, and we're the only ones not drinking. Vic, how did you feel at first going from the life and soul to, let's face it, a sober arsehole?
Yeah, I love that. We're admitting that we are sober arseholes now, because I would have hated me a few years ago. Yeah. But basically, I feel a bit embarrassed that I don't drink, a little bit still. When everyone's getting on it, I just feel like a bit of a turd.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of an odd one out. I still feel like that sometimes. I think people think I'm a do-gooder.
Yeah.
It definitely makes me feel anxious being around alcohol. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for you.
I don't want that for you.
For you, I don't want that.
I hate that for you.
I hate it for me too. It does make me feel anxious, people getting really on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it. I actually didn't realise that until I sat and wrote this episode.
Really?
I thought I was cool with it. Funnily enough, I had people around on Saturday nights, some people that drink, not heavily, but people that like to have a drink on a Saturday night. And they came in and they said, what's the protocol?
Yeah,
which
that's
I
quite
loved.
sweet, yeah.
And I said, well, you're welcome to drink here. Whereas really I wanted to say, let's just not drink.
Yeah.
Like, how does that go? But I said we always have people leaving alcohol in our fridge because they don't drink it when they come around our house and they bring it. And so I said, oh, we do have some beers and some wine in the fridge and it's cool if you want one. And they did have a beer each, but that was it. Then they had some fizzy water. But it's a weird conversation that makes me very uncomfortable. And with my parents, it makes me feel uncomfortable too.
I've got the same thing now. I have beer and wine in my fridge now.
Yeah.
Because when people come, I would like to be able to offer them.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't really want to offer them it.
No,
So
it's
in fact,
such
I've
a
got
weird
like-
one.
But it just sits there constantly. So
Yeah.
I just have it. Every day I see that I've got this wine and the beer in the fridge.
It's like burning a hole in there, but for some reason we don't have the confidence to go, actually,
This is a dry house.
this is a dry house for
Yeah.
today. Like, why can't we just accept that it's okay for people that do drink to have a night off with us?
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
kind of a respectful thing to do.
Yeah.
It's still a difficult one for me.
So, yeah, I'm not quite as anxious as you with regards to it. I
Yeah.
don't mind people getting drunk in front of me. I guess because everyone I know does. So
Yeah.
if I lived with that amount of anxiety, I would just crawl up into a ball.
Yeah.
So I just have to sort of accept it. And maybe, because we had a different relationship with alcohol, it doesn't faze me as much, possibly. Or that, you're so tuned into your sobriety, like it is so much a part of your identity. Maybe you're more triggered by people that drink recklessly.
I think so. I think I've realised that I really see alcohol for what it is, and I don't want people doing it. It's really ridiculous, probably, because I know I'm up against it with that train of thought. But I just kind of worry about people, and I say, oh, don't do that. And I want to be on the same vibe. I want to be on the same level as people. I don't want to see their eyes change when I'm talking to them. I want to be really present and conscious and have a really authentic conversation with people. And I find it weird. Even as a drinker, I found it weird sober people because I was on a different planet to them. It's the same feeling.
Same with
It's a
drugs.
difference. It takes something out of the situation.
Do people drink differently at your house now that John's sober? Now there's literally, you are a sober house. Because before you go,
Yeah.
we'll have a beer with John.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't drink, so do you find people drink less at your house? Or is it not
Definitely,
really,
definitely, yeah. My parents don't. My parents still drink when they're around my house, but I think people are very conscious of it. I think it's probably quite uncomfortable for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, which isn't great, is it? I don't know. I'm definitely not enjoying myself as much when people are all drinking around me. I'm more aware of people being controversial and I'm more conscious of negativity. If people start sort of really like just being unkind or they're not conscious of what is coming out of their mouth so much, that makes me nervous almost. I think sometimes when I'm around drinkers, I feel a kind of sense of superiority, which I don't like about myself. I don't want to feel like I'm better than anyone else because I'm kind of doing what they're doing. It's really weird. It's so many different intricacies about this, Hamish, the way drinking makes me feel. And generally, it's a feeling of being uncomfortable in any social situation when people are boozing. Also, I worry about what people are doing. This is one of the main things I've realised recently. Sobriety makes you care more, and watching family members pour what hurt me so much inside their bodies upsets me, I think. I just don't like being around people that don't realise they're hurting themselves, which makes me feel uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm faking being okay with it.
Yeah. Quite complex.
It is actually really complex. I don't like people hurting themselves around me. That's how far I am along with this sobriety thing, is that I see alcohol almost as a poison, and people laughing and pouring it down their throats and changing almost makes me feel sick.
So it's not just family members. So if you and I went to a pub on a Friday night in the city and there was a table of people behind us who were mullered, would you be worrying about them?
I'd be worrying about it if it was a woman that was really pissed and she was stumbling out to get a taxi on her own. I'd be worried about her in that sense. But because I don't know those people or care about them or love them, I can cut it off and go, well, that's their issue and I can't save everybody. And But if it's my family, I do have concerns about their health. I worry that my mum might fall over and bang her head one day. I worry that they might get in a car or do something stupid. I worry about those things now, whereas I didn't before.
Of course.
Yeah.
When we were in Melbourne, we actually bumped into an old mate of yours who was really drunk. You laughed it off at the time. How did it actually make you feel?
It actually made me feel really extremely uneasy. Alcohol scares me. I don't like what it does to people, and I see it for what it is. That guy was stumbling around and slurring, and I'm scared for him. He's at risk in my eyes now, which is probably completely over the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's how I feel. I want to scoop them up and save them, but I know that that's not my job. It's the same with family. I want to tell them to stop being so stupid and to live authentically or try something else. I'm desperate for them to hear me, but I know I would be preaching to the wrong crowd and it would end up with them feeling really, really judged. And I don't want to do that either. So I just generally sit there feeling uncomfortable. I sit through it, not feeling great, Hamish, quite honestly.
So you would like your parents to be sober, but you can't really say that or do that or act on that.
I would like them to know what it's like. I would like my mum to go, just for me, just for a year, just to go, Vic, I'm going to give up drinking a year, just to show you that I can do it and just so that I can prove to you that I can be this natural person that I am, which is enough. I want to say to her, Mum, I enjoy being around you when you're sober. You are enough like that for me. Your stories don't get any better. I don't like seeing her drunk, but I can't have that conversation with her because it is too judgmental. It's too much. It's too dramatic. Yeah. So I just sit in silence about it, which doesn't feel great either. I'm really in a purgatory with this.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because, our job as sober people, or for what we do the podcast, is not to make people sober, isn't it? Like, it's more, this is what we do, that decision is your own.
Yeah.
Like, you make the decision, these are our experiences. And it's very easy to sound like you're preaching or to fall into the trap of telling somebody drunk that they should be sober. And actually, they don't want to hear it from us.
No.
That's not going to.
And I would never say it. That's why I would never say it. Because also my mum doesn't get anxiety from alcohol. She, in her brain, she just enjoys it and it's her thing that she loves doing, like a lot of people do, like most people in the world. They've never had real negative repercussions, but also they have never experienced life without it. I think that's more my point. I'm not saying you're bad for doing this. I'm saying that there is another way of having fun and there is another way of socialising, and I would like you to experience that. Maybe if I approached it in that point of view, it might be something they would consider. But I just think no matter what, they're going to find it offensive. Yeah, and I don't want to upset my parents. They're 80 and 85. What's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah. I do wish my family wouldn't drink at my house. It would make me feel heard and respected. I'm not sure that they have considered that it makes me feel very uncomfortable and scared for them. I love them all so much and I hate to see them change when the booze hits. It's very triggery and I hate it. So I just leave when the drinking gets going, or I hide in my bedroom and feel a bit isolated. How do you feel about your family drinking around you, Hamish? I know it's not going to be as weird as me. Yeah.
I'm kind of lucky that it doesn't bother me in the same way. Like I said, my parents don't overdrink, so I really don't have anything to worry about with them. And they're also very, if I say grown up, that sounds like the wrong word, but they're so mature. Like they're so not silly and reckless and wild. Like they are the opposite of those things. They are super conservative.
Straightly 180.
Very straightly 180. And I do understand how privileged I am to be in the position, whereas so many people that I know, particularly in Australia, have got at least one parent that overdrinks or that they're constantly worried about. Like, I just have never, ever experienced worry for my parents with regards to booze.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky with that. And also, I think in giving up before I had a problem, I feel as if I've not developed the same triggers as you.
Yes.
So if people want to drink, be that around me or not, it doesn't really bother me. It's sort of completely up to them. People can drink their whole lives without developing a problem. But so for me, I'm just sort of grateful that I'm enjoying not drinking and I don't need it to enhance or numb out any feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for me for that.
I'm happy for you.
For me, but I don't feel like I need to force.
Every year, I tell myself I'm going to start holiday shopping early, and every year I wait until the last minute. But this time, I actually nailed it. I sent Omaha Steaks gift boxes to my family, and they were a hit. There's something about opening that box. Those beautifully cut, perfectly aged steaks, the juicy burgers, even the cozy comfort meals. My dad called me the next night to rave about his ribeyes. Said it was the best steak he's ever grilled. Honestly, I think Omaha Steaks might be my new go-to gift. It's thoughtful, it's delicious, and it shows up right at your door, perfectly packed and ready to impress. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code HOLIDAY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, code HOLIDAY.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Price is higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
That on anyone that's still drinking, because everyone that I know still does, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, sobriety is the best thing for me and for my wife and for my son at this stage of my life. So I guess I'm more concerned with my immediate family rather than I am about the rest of my family members and whatever they drink or do with their lives.
I think there's something to be said for that, Hamish. It's like you can't control people's lives and you can't tell people what to do, and you have to accept that people are the way they are. And that's why I concentrate on my kids and my husband, and that's our little family unit. And I can step into other places occasionally and cope with it, and then come back into my little safe place where I feel most comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, none of my family members that I know of are massive pissheads.
Yeah.
I don't have like a boozy uncle or no one's off the rails.
That's
so
good.
I guess, I'm pretty lucky with that.
Yeah.
With that being said, families are tricky. It's an environment where responsibilities are layered with expectations.
Yeah.
There are roles that we adhere to and traits that we use to fit in.
I find this really fascinating, all this, Hamish.
You've done some research.
I
here.
love it. I just love it because I feel all of this. I feel it daily, in fact. The 6 most commonly agreed upon roles within a family are you ready for this, Haim? Hero, scapegoat, lost child, mascot, caretaker, enabler, and the golden child.
Caretaker / enabler. People are going to go, hang on, that's 7.
The roles can shift over a family's lifespan. One child can also take on more than one role depending on what the family environment demands of them. Now, I'm the youngest, so in the sibling hierarchy, I'm the spoilt one, the baby and the one that seemingly got away with everything. A bit like my youngest now. That's how my family see me. And if I choose one of these roles for me, I would have been the lost child, actually.
Why are you the lost child?
Just because I went off travelling, I didn't conform, I never really got a proper job, and I kind of went against the grain a little bit. Okay. They would see me as the spoilt one or the golden child, but I would see myself as the lost child.
Sure. So I guess by becoming sober, you could suddenly shift up the ranks and could be considered a golden child, or it could go the other way and you could become the lost child, depending on if your family support your decision to quit or not.
Yes, so true. Basically, you have changed if you're sober, and that means it feels like everyone is talking about you. It's rough. It's rough, isn't it? What's your role in your family, Hamish? How would you describe you? I'm definitely going to go for golden child.
Well, I like the sound of Hamish the hero.
Yeah, okay, yes, I like that too.
But I don't think I could honestly claim that title. I'm the only one of us who's actually worked as a mascot, so that could also count for something.
I'm
literally the mascot. My brother and I are constantly claiming to be the favourite, or actually we go, I'm the only son.
Okay.
We're constantly telling each other the other one is adopted and we haven't told them yet.
Yes.
So I would love to be considered the golden child, but so would my brother. I guess I have probably flittered between mascot and golden child for most of my life.
Okay, that's good.
But really, that is a question for my parents. I mean,
Yes.
Of course, I would claim golden child status. Why wouldn't I? One of the things that sobriety should give you is a way out of being labelled the scapegoat. I mean,
Yes.
It's pretty hard to blame the sober member of the family for the puke or the sick or the piss in the living room rug, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true, actually.
It's never the sober guy.
It's never going to be.
No.
They were in bed at 8:30. There's no way that was them. That's so funny. I guess sobriety is all about breaking out of the role your family expect you to play, and it's confusing for them. And you don't know how to handle it, just like you don't know how to be the new version of you. So what do you do?
Well, let's go through this step by step. Get your pens and paper out, newly sober people, because this is going to help you avoid that weird look from Auntie Mavis when she tries to pour you a glass of sherry.
Before we start this, Haim, I just wanted to say don't blurt out that you're sober until you are ready to share it. I think this is a really important point. Keep it safe, close to your heart until you're ready. This might be a month or a year in. For me, it was 18 months. It might mean you're avoiding family for a bit, and that's okay. It's important that you approach this at the right time and with caution, because you have to feel strong enough to weather any negative reactions. Then, when you feel confident, it's your time to share your changes with those around you in a gentle way that will invoke love over judgment. This is how.
Okay, step 1. Think about whose opinion you care about the most. Parents, for example. Let's use that one as it's often the hardest. Step 2, prepare. Write down some terms that you think they will understand. This is especially hard when they are big drinkers and might just think that you're being a teetotal wuss for going alcohol-free. So create some sentences you think they will have empathy for. Vic, you've got a couple of examples, don't you?
Okay, I love this, Hamish.
Go on.
I've come up with these myself. I didn't Google this. This is from my own brain.
Did you use these, or is this you've come up with these since going sober?
Well, I used the blog post, but I think
did they have any of these terms in it?
Yes, it definitely would have had some of these terms under my reasons why. I don't like who I am when I drink. Alcohol is causing me to have anxiety. Alcohol isn't working for me anymore. I just want to see what life is like without it. I've been questioning my intake and decided it no longer serves me. I'm bored of boozing all the time. It makes me feel unmotivated. I feel like I'm relying on it too much. I feel like I don't want to do that. Once I start, I can't stop, and it scares me a bit.
Or I'm happier when I'm sober, the one that we came up with together earlier.
Yeah, totally.
As you can hear, these are all soft terms. It's a better explanation than just stopping drinking. And they're also all about you, and that's the key. You need to ensure that they don't feel as if this is a pointed reaction to their drinking. You aren't attacking them. You are making a personal decision. People can't argue with that honesty. Write all of those down or re-listen to them in a little diary and practice them if you can.
Yeah, such a good one, isn't it? Just safe, very rounded. They can't argue with those short sentences that are really kind of they're soft but firm.
Yes.
Aren't they a bit like tofu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's random, your brain. The third step to take is to choose a safe time and space. Take away the element of surprise. If they are shocked by your choice, your loved one will say something stupid like, what the fuck, it's not like you're an alcoholic. Mm-hmm. So maybe warm them up a bit before saying you're thinking about giving up drinking. Then when you do find the perfect moment, they won't fall off their chair and die.
Choose a morning, a cafe, or just sit in their kitchen with a biscuit and a glass of squash. Don't do it in a pub with the jukebox blaring. Do it in a safe place, a tranquil location where you are comfortable and safe.
Step 4, what should you say first? That's the hard bit. The truth is, I don't know your family, but I think it's a good idea to lead them in slowly. You could start with, I love you. Always a nice place to start, particularly if you don't say it much to each other, like in my family. Then they know that what you're about to say is going to be serious. Say, I just wanted to tell you something because I really need your support. Again, this is like a massage before the big fight. Loosen them up, tickle their turnips to get them on your side.
Definitely do some turnip tickling, Hamish.
I would love to have watched your face when you wrote tickle your turnips.
Really? You know I love a root vegetable in the podcast, Hamish.
You don't have to tickle their turnips, but if it helps, go for it. It's just another way to ease them into the idea that it gives them time to process it all.
Yeah. Don't over-explain yourself. Now, this is something I've done a lot with my sobriety, feeling like people deserve a full-on explanation of why I'm doing it.
Yes, why we've done about 100 episodes of Sober Awkward.
Yeah. It's like you have to prove to people.
Get it, you're sober.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. But don't over-explain yourself. Say your piece and leave it with them, a bit like writing those letters, Hamish. This is important. You don't have to justify your choice to quit booze. You are just the messenger here. Over-explaining will lessen your power. Have boundaries and be brief. This is the first conversation. You're coming out.
Yes, they may need time for it to sink in. Then you can tell them all your reasons why, as it becomes more natural to chat about it. Eat the biscuits and get out of there.
Yeah.
Step 6, follow up with a message or a call. You don't have to pander to please others, but if you want to be fully heard and avoid annoying comebacks, this is a good way to make the whole uncomfortable process a bit more cozy.
Yeah. Follow up with a call, an email, or just a text. I followed up with a book. Don't do that.
Quite extreme.
Say, thanks for hearing me out today. It means the world that you have my back. That's it. Make them feel like they're doing the right thing by supporting you. Then give them time. Let them stew on it. If they love you, they will eventually understand.
What if they say you're a twat and they're disappointed? Well, just hold your head up high and say, I know you love me drinking with you, but I really need a break. I appreciate you and I hope this does not affect our relationship.
I love the way this is putting it back on them, isn't it? It's really good. Yeah.
What about the big family function? The pressure is on and it can be overwhelming.
Yep, everyone is drinking and you stick out like a sore thumb. What then?
It's a tricky one, but it's probably best to tell everyone what's going on beforehand. Now, I know that's not always possible. The advantage of that is that you don't have to deal with the questions and the explaining on the day and the awkward people offering you a drink and the peer pressure of it. It's way easier to tell them beforehand rather than when you're in that environment for that conflab. Conflab, Vic.
Conflab, yeah.
What is conflab?
Conflab means conversation. I think it's a longer word, conflabication or something, I don't know.
Is it? Is that like a long conversation?
Conflab just means conversing, I think.
Okay.
We'll have to Google it afterwards, but yeah, conflab. People say conflab, don't they, in England?
I have never said conflab.
Conflab, yeah.
Sounds like an ingredient of Special K.
Okay, I'm going to look it up now, just so that we've got some information on conflab. For the listeners, I'm on my phone. I'm going to get the meaning of it, and I'm going to warble on until I can... It's very difficult to type into my phone with only 9 fingers, Hamish. You must give me time.
Conflab. Whilst researching.
What is conflab? A discussion. Yeah. That's all it says. An informal, private, conversational discussion. We have a little conflab while we're sitting here. Conflab is the word. It's not a shortened word. Conflab is the word. Yeah. I'm so smart, Hamish. You try and prove me wrong, but I know these words.
A little gift for the listener there.
Little gift, yes.
You've learned about conflab.
Yes.
There is another option. Let's have a chat about the not showing up for big family functions and leaving when people are getting annoying or judgy. Surely leaving is going to create more issues than grinning and bearing it for a few hours.
Yes, I hear you, Hamish. But sobriety is about priorities. You have to prioritise your own health for a while. Your recovery has to come before your tendency to people please, which I know it's so hard for some people. Staying could possibly lead to drinking. Those family booze bullies can be pretty intimidating.
Yes, and also it depends on how close you are to the people attending. I mean, does it really matter what great Uncle Charlie thinks about your drinking habits? Probably not, but there are some sentences that will give you power.
But there are always backstabbers, aren't there, in every family? How do you deal with the underhand gossip about you? Got any gossipers in your family, Hamish?
Not to my face,
yes,
but I guess that is the key to gossiping. My mum can gossip a little bit, but I can't overestimate how old school and traditional my family are.
Yeah.
I don't think they're the types to sit around bitching about each other.
No.
They're too busy reading the newspaper and talking about the royal family.
Yeah.
That is the kind of... That, maybe they gossip about the royal family members.
Yeah.
I don't think the actual family members get a look in.
My family are very different. They're more of the generation where you nudge the neighbour or talked over the garden fence. Have you heard about Janine at number 54?
Yeah.
It's kind of that generation where it's sort of gossiping but sort of making conversation. It's so normalised that you talk about people and that's okay.
Because it's the easiest way to bond with someone is to bitch about someone you both hate.
Yeah, very,
it's
very
the
common.
Laziest way to bond with people, I think.
It is actually. It's a bit lame actually. I have a close family member that told another family member that told me I talk too much about myself.
Yeah. This
Yes.
got back to you.
It got back to me that I talk about myself too much. Yeah, and that hurt me actually. It hurt me big time.
Do you know who the original family member...
I do.
No.
If I didn't do this podcast or when I was a drinker, I probably didn't talk about myself that much.
Right.
But nowadays I do. And I put something online about myself every single day. So I can see where that comes from.
Yeah.
Somebody thinks I talk about myself. But I don't do it for me, and I don't do it to make myself sound good or to be recognised or for sort of an ego thing. I do it to help people.
Next time you see them, you're going to feel very self-conscious.
I didn't know whether to say
asking them
something.
questions all the time rather than talking
I
about
felt
yourself.
really self-conscious after I'd heard about it. Every time I see them now, I try not to talk about myself, which is really, really hard because then you just feel like, well, they don't need to ask me what I'm doing. So you can't even find out anything about me if I don't say, well, now I'm doing this or doing that. It's really weird. So it made me feel really odd.
It's a really awful thing to hear about yourself.
It is,
isn't it?
yeah. I was really upset.
It's not an attractive trait. You know, like no one likes that.
But I have to talk about myself because it's my story and this podcast that helps thousands of people. So how am I supposed to not talk about myself? Oh, and now I became really conscious of it.
We're just really quiet at family dues.
I'm just and it makes me introvert. It makes me not talk about myself, which makes me sit out of the conversation because I feel like, well, I haven't got a voice anymore. Yeah. That's how much impact it had on me.
I feel that too. When we hang out with John and Liz together, I'm aware that we talk about the podcast. And I'm like, this is boring for them.
Yes.
But that's what you and I spend 90% of our time hanging out talking about this.
Yeah.
So I can see why anyone would accuse you or I about talking about ourselves because we talk about our career in front of them. And actually, it's an unusual career, but it is boring for people.
Because at the end of the day, if someone was talking about a product at their job and telling us about it, I wouldn't feel that was weird.
Right.
But we are the product.
Yeah.
So we talk about ourselves because we are the product of our business. So it's really hard when you have a business that's about you. It's about you and I and about our sober journeys. Like, how can we change that? Anyway, I've had some therapy about it, Hamish.
Yeah, that's tricky.
If family members are beginning to question you or are gossiping about why you don't come to family events or your drinking history, you may start to feel guilty about your decision not to go. Keep in mind that you have every right to make the healthiest decision for you, and no one's opinion can take that away from you. You should consider squashing the gossip and be honest about your discomfort in attending large events. But note, there are a few feathers that may get ruffled by this strategy.
Yes, if that isn't your style, you can always place the focus on yourself and say that large events tend to overwhelm you and give you anxiety, and you much prefer smaller gatherings or one-on-one get-togethers.
Yeah, that's a nice way of saying, like, I actually don't want to come to that big event. I actually just want to see you on your own, and so we can have a really nice chat together. But of course, the big drinkers are going to hate that, aren't they? You can also use work as an excuse. And you can say you have a big project coming up and that it's really important that you get some downtime to recharge. No need to even mention booze if you're not ready. Same with kids.
Or, have a child and blame the child. It's a fail-safe strategy, if not a slightly extreme plan, and not the best reason to have a child, just to have an excuse. But, hey, blame the kids is always good.
Blame the kids, yeah.
The best thing about having a child is blaming them for everything.
Yeah.
There's another bumper sticker.
Yeah. Whose opinions do you really care about? That's an interesting question, Hamish. Who in life do we really care what they think about us? I know for me it's been a lot of people, but yeah.
That's not a question anyone's actually ever asked me before.
Yeah.
So I quite enjoyed thinking about this one for a while. Big hitters are obviously my wife, because my wife and my child, but my child can't really talk, but my wife, because my decisions affect her more than anyone else in my life. So I think your partner's should probably be the most important person. Eventually, when my son can say more things than dada and mama and oh no and tiger, then his opinions will also matter. My parents, I always want them to feel proud of me and what I'm doing. My brother, who's obviously also my best friend, really, so his opinion really matters. And then what I've actually thought is a very select group of my mates that sort of have more weight to me than others, if that makes sense.
Are they the ones you like more?
Maybe the ones I respect more.
Yes.
Rather than like more.
Yes.
There's, maybe it's impossible to say all of your friends' opinions matter. I think it's easy to say that, but for me, it's like actually there's probably like 4 or 5 who I want them to think that I'm doing good shit.
Yeah. It's funny how I think I try to impress people until I realise I don't like them. Yeah. Which is a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like all over them like a rash, being like, hey, yeah, this is what I do, and chatty, and what do you do? And then I realise they're dull, and I'm like, oh, actually, I don't care what you think about me now.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly my opinions of people can change very dramatically.
Well, same question to you. Whose opinions do you really care about?
My husband, of course, comes number one because, as you say, everything I do affects him, first of all.
Yeah.
My siblings, my parents, my kids, and everyone else can think what they like.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. The ones that matter stay and support, and the ones that don't, well, see you next Tuesday, knobheads. That's what I say. It's interesting because I think in sobriety we worry a lot about what people will think about us for being boring and for being this and for being no longer this person that they want. And actually it's all bullshit, isn't it? Whose opinions really matter? Like maybe our parents. And as you said, Hamish, if our parents love us, which they do generally, they're going to accept whatever you do as long as it makes you happier. Like, parents used to worry what boyfriend or what girlfriend you had. They used to do that, I realise now, because they are worried about you, how your life is going to turn out, and whether it turns out to be happy or stressful. And parents will always want you to be happy. So that's why mine are accepting of what I do, is because they know that this choice makes me happier than being a drinker. So they can't argue with that.
I think there's an interesting exercise in that, which is everyone will worry what other people think when they go sober. Like, take that for granted. I don't think that's avoidable. But ask yourself, what do you mean by people in that sentence?
Exactly.
Who is people in that sentence? Because if the majority of it is just your average Joe, give it less weight. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If people is, like we've said, parents, siblings, kids, basically, a few friends, then they're going to support you, really.
Yep.
And if they don't, then that's an issue they've got. You can probably work it out with them.
Yeah, it's okay to break out of those roles that we mentioned, because actually sobriety is going to be something radical. You're going to turn a few people and you're going to turn their ideas on the head, because they're going to think, well, she's a drinker, she's always fun at a party, this is who we know. So it's really confronting for them, and people don't like change at the end of the day, and they're going to see you changing, and it's going to be very confronting for them until they see the results of your sobriety, which could take months or years for them to really notice. But eventually, if you keep leading by example and keep doing what you're doing, and they see that you're serious about this, they cannot have a low opinion of it. I guarantee it, that they will just go, fucking hell, she was a big drinker and look at her now. She is soaring. She is happy. The family are more content. The results of sobriety are always going to be good. So therefore, how can anyone be rude about that? Yeah. Quite honestly.
Well done. Well spoken.
I think there's a lesson in this, Hamish, isn't there? Explain sobriety to people in your family that feel safe. The people you love and the people that you know will get it. And perhaps don't bother with the rest. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone else. Let them think whatever the fuck they want. It does not matter. I heard a saying once, care about people's approval and you will always be their prisoner.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to ignore questions and say that it's not your business to worry about. You don't feel like drinking tonight, and honestly, you don't owe an explanation to the visitors. To help your family to understand your sobriety, take recovery questions one honest answer at a time. The situation might get awkward, but sometimes you need to go for it anyway.
Yeah, it's nothing better than a bit of awkward to push on through, Hamish, is there?
Love it.
Before you divulge in any explanation, ask yourself, are you comfortable sharing your reasons with these people? Exactly what you said, Hamish. Ask yourself, is it the right time to defend? I understand going sober in a culture where alcohol is essential can be tough for you in the beginning. It takes time to find peace with sobriety and adjust your current hustle, because this is your life and you're the narrator, so you can be the change.
If you have an over-preoccupation with perception and trying to please people's expectations, then you can go mad. It's Benedict Cumberbatch. That's a very wordy quote.
Say it again.
If you have an over-preoccupation with perception and trying to please people's expectations, then you can go mad. That is as hard to say as a Benedict Cumberbatch.
That makes me feel mad that you're even saying that, because I can't understand what any of it means.
No, but he is way more intelligent than us.
Yes, I think so.
Let's just assume that's wise. Vic, I know you wanted to tell your parents your house is now alcohol-free. Is that something you have been able to do?
No.
Is this you telling them in the hope they listen to this episode?
Oh, I don't know. It feels like I'm telling them what to do. Can you come up with any sentences for me for this one, Hamish?
Yes. Okay. How about, please stop downing wine until you fall over in front of me. I'm an alcoholic and it's not appropriate.
Imagine. Any more?
I've decided watching other people drink makes me feel anxious. Is it okay if you don't do it at mine anymore?
Oh my God.
I've gone hard and soft there.
I could do that.
Or maybe just ask, have you thought about how drinking in front of me makes me feel?
Oh God, Hamish, I think they might disown me. I don't know.
They're all uncomfortable, all of those.
Do you think I could say something? Do you think I should?
Not my place to
I just don't know whether I could. I just feel like it's too late.
Just swallow the discomfort.
Yeah, I think I just have to sit through it and just accept that everyone drinks around me when they come around my house, and just sit through it for as long as I can. But I really want to be able to bring some power back to myself and have boundaries around it, but I find it really, really hard. I'm going to report back to you on this one, Hamish.
When other people say, for example, you had a barbecue at yours on Saturday, if people said, what the rules, do you say, don't bring booze?
I didn't. I just said it's fine for you to drink here, but actually I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to have alcohol in my house. It's very, very simple and I can't bring myself to do it, and I need to work on that a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm such a people pleaser sometimes in some areas of my life that it's just too much for me to tell people what to do. I can't have power with it. It's a problem.
It's hard. I had a friend of mine's parents staying with us a couple of weeks ago, and they were the first people who were like, hey, is it okay if we drink wine? I was like, that's amazing that you asked. Because I had about one friend in Melbourne who we just drunk non-alcoholic beers all day together. But yeah, I really appreciate people asking.
I appreciate it too.
I'm fine with them drinking, but I was like, oh, it's cool that you asked.
Yeah.
It does slightly make me feel like they think that I had a problem.
Yes,
like,
okay.
Is it okay if we drink wine in front of you? Like, yeah, of course, go for it.
Yeah, because it also, it conjures up the image of a severe alcoholic, doesn't it, actually?
I'm just going to be
Because we say
scratching myself around the wine, yeah.
Or you're going to be desperate to have a drink if they drink, but that's not what it is, actually.
Yeah.
I'm really confident in my sobriety. It doesn't make me want to drink, but just it being there causes a different atmosphere, which I don't like.
Okay, so
that's what it is.
That's the way that you communicate to
Yes.
people.
It's not that I don't like them drinking, it's just the atmosphere that it creates is something different than I would like.
Mm-hmm.
But they enjoy that atmosphere, so who am I to tell them that is wrong?
Yeah.
It's a very, very difficult one, which I'm working on.
This is a therapy question,
Yeah,
not a
it's
me question or a listener. A listener's going to email you with the best of intentions.
I will ask the therapy about it in the next session and I will get back to you.
If you feel comfortable with that.
If I feel comfortable with that, if I decide to do it or not. Oh, it's a great one today, Hamish. Family is so important and we love them so much and we're not judging them, and it's just a really good conversation to have. So if you're struggling with that one, good luck with it, and we'd love to get an email from you if you've, after this podcast, you go and you talk to your family about it for the first time. We'd love to hear how that goes.
Yeah. See if our words of wisdom helped.
Yeah.
Or they go, we tried some of the words you recommended, they told us to fuck off.
Yeah.
Also want to hear that email.
Yeah,
and
that's
we
okay
apologise.
too. Yeah, they're not ready. It's fine. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the...
Hey guys, let me let you in on a little secret. I've obviously turned staying into bed into an art form. It's my happy place, it's my shopping sanctuary, and honestly, it's the perfect place to hang out with all my favorite people. So join me and some of the most interesting people I know for shopping, some laughs, and maybe a few secrets, all from the comfort of my bed. The best part, you can watch from your bed. My show, In Bed with Paige DeSorbo, returns Monday, November 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Amazon Live. Just open Prime Video on your TV and search Amazon Live to cozy up. Because why get out of bed if you don't have to?
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Every year, I tell myself I'm going to start holiday shopping early, and every year I wait until the last minute. But this time, I actually nailed it. I sent Omaha Steaks gift boxes to my family, and they were a hit. There's something about opening that box. Those beautifully cut, perfectly aged steaks, the juicy burgers, even the cozy comfort meals. My dad called me the next night to rave about his ribeyes. Said it was the best steak he's ever grilled. Honestly, I think Omaha Steaks might be my new go-to gift. It's thoughtful, it's delicious, and it shows up right at your door, perfectly packed and ready to impress. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code HOLIDAY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, code HOLIDAY.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad
No,
bookstores?
it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really
Yeah.
depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
good,
yeah.
good.
So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it
Yeah,
now.
go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy. Buy it, yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.